Hi everybody, it's Diana. Last night I did a Facebook Live video make and take with my downline. We've been doing the last couple months. And I usually demonstrate a card, and then they have a chance of, they can ask for the guts, so to speak, which is just the card ingredients to make that particular card. And then they get it in the mail and they can make the card on their own. If they want to participate in my little challenge, they want to send the card back altered, changed a little bit, and then I put the card pictures on my blog and have my blog readers vote, and whoever wins gets a little goodie in the mail. So I forget how long ago I got a swap card from Lisa Fast, and I put it away. I'm like, I'm going to totally do this card one day. So I was going through cards the other day. I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally want to do this card. So some of the punches that she used we don't have anymore, so I had to change it up to what we do have. So this is the card I did with my downline last night. So this was their little challenge card. And what it is you mail it flat, and it's an easel card. So when the person gets it, it actually stands up like that. So that was their little card that they could do this month, and it turned out super cute. So thank you for the idea, Lisa. It's just so adorable. But anyways, so then I got thinking this morning, I'm like, I want to do another card using that same layout, but just changing it a little bit. So this is the card that I'm going to show today. So this one uses the new framelit with the jar, and it's just adorable. So I'm going to show you how to do this. You will notice I stepped my little thing off to the side a little bit, and then that left me room for a greeting. So you can do it however you want. You could make this thinner, thicker, but I just liked this size, and I just scooted it over to the side. So let's get started making the card. So I'm going to get my images stamped. So what I did was I stamped the big jar on, this is just the Whisper White Thick. You can use whatever paper you want, but this is the Whisper White Thick. And then I'm going to add my fireflies or lightning bugs, whatever you want to call them. And I'm going to put this one here and this one here because I've already stamped the bum in the black by mistake. Okay, so I'm going to start stamping my little lightning bugs. Now I usually do one at a time, and then I do their bum. That way their bums aren't touching on the inside of the jar. See, almost went in there. All right, so then I'm going to put a little one here, and then put his little bum like that. And then I'm just going to keep loading up the jar with lightning bugs. All right, so we just keep stamping, stamping, stamping. So after I have them all stamped in there, let me move this out of the way. We have the little lightning bugs already stamped in there. Then I'm going to take my soft sky marker and I'm going to add a little bit of color, not a whole lot. I'm not like filling in the whole wing. I'm just barely tapping just so it has a little bit of color. I still want to leave a little bit of the white like that. And then I have a little guy over here, and I'm going to pull my little sheet back because this will make sense in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bum color on this guy. So this guy, I framelit it out so he has his shape. I also want to put a little bit of the color on his wings. And I'm going to set him over here for later. All right. So we have our little mason jar with the lightning bugs in it. Now what I want to do is I'm going to get this paper that I already played with, and I want to put the lid on the jars because we don't want the lightning bugs to get out. So this set is so cute with all its pieces. So you have your jar lid, and I'm going to stamp in Smoky Slate. And I don't know about you, but if you have old mason jars around, their lids may have a little bit of rust on them. So I'm going to stamp first in Smoky Slate, and then with the Cajun Craze pad, I am just going to tap my edges just a little bit, and you can see through, like if you think you have enough. So I tapped my edges just a little bit. So now what that did was it put rust on the edge of my lid. So can you see that? Now if you're gonna make a bunch of these cards up, you're gonna have to clean in between when you do this. Otherwise you're gonna get Cajun Craze into your Smoky Slate, and that's not gonna be a good thing. So when you're doing that rolling technique, what it's called is rocking and rolling or whatever, you have to clean in between. So, but that makes a cute little rusty lid to go on top of your mason jar. So I've already cut one of those out, and I'm just going to attach it with some glue dots. Gotta love the glue dots. So I'm just gonna put 3 on the back, and then I'm just gonna attach it to our mason jar. So then I think we have all our pieces. Looking around, yeah, okay, so now let's get started on the card. So we have just a regular card base. It doesn't open because the card itself is the opening of the card. So this is just a 4 1/4, 5 1/2, just your standard card. Then I have a piece of, this is from, what is this from? This is from Festive Birthday. So this is, it has the llama and all that stuff. So this is where I got, and if you're in Arizona, it's got cactuses, so it's kind of cute. So this is where I got the crushed curry paper, because to me it reminded me of like the lightning bugs glowing around. So that's why I picked this color. And I'm gonna put that on my card base like that. And now what I wanna do is I wanna put my greeting, because I wanna make sure that my greeting is gonna fit. If I, like if I put this here, then my greeting might not. So I just put my greeting first. And I'm putting it off to the side. So I'm gonna put this on with some dimensionals. I had to get a new pack out because I have all those edge pieces on most of mine, because I don't throw anything away. Those edge pieces are perfect for smaller things. So now I'm gonna put my greeting right here. All right, then this is a piece that's gonna be your easel. So the measurements of this are 8 by 2 3/4, and then you're gonna score it at 4, and you're gonna score it at 2. So this is just the dimensions for this card. If you change the card around, you'll have to play around with your scores, but that's what it is for this one. So then I'm just gonna give it a good crease with my bone folder. And you can already see, like, this is that easel taking shape. And then this is going to get glued on to the card here. So before I do that, I'm gonna glue a little piece of that same paper onto this edge here, just so it has a little bit of color, where I'm gonna put my jar on. All right, so now I'm gonna glue this to the card. So I'm just using snail. I'm gonna use a lot of snail. If you want, you could probably use fast fuse, which will hold it super, super good. Or even the tear tape would work, but I just grabbed my snail. So that card is gonna go here. Now then you can see exactly what's gonna happen. So you have your little score, and it's gonna sit up here. So now I'm gonna attach my mason jar. Now I always put my dimensionals on this part, because sometimes if you put them on, so if I put my dimensionals on my mason jar, I might put them up too high, and then when you put the mason jar, the dimensionals will be too high up. So if I put them on here, then I know for sure they're not gonna be sticking out the back. So I peel my thingies off, and then my mason jar is just gonna sit right there. Super cute. And then what I usually do is I let this kind of fall where it naturally wants to lay. So it kind of seems like it wants to be here. So what I did was I eyeballed, so this is that little extra dragonfly that I punched out. So he's gonna be the one that will hold this card. So see how that little lightning bug sitting there, and he's holding that in place. So but I want him to have still a little circle bum. So what I did was, so this is where it's gonna sit. So I'm gonna eyeball that this is where I need to put a little circle. So I'm gonna ink up my little circle. I'm gonna come over here, stamp that circle, and then attach my lightning bug, because he's already got that circle on his bum. Remember I did that earlier. And then I'm gonna pick that up, and then I'm just going to lay the little lightning bug, and it will lay right on that circle, and then it will hold your card in place. And if it needs to go like this, there we go. So see, you just have to adjust it a little bit. Now that little lightning bug is holding the jar up. Isn't that the most cutest thing you have ever seen? So anyways, you want to make sure that you get your set ordered. There's bonus days going on right now. So for every $50 before tax and shipping that you order, you will be earning a $5 coupon to be spent in August. So if you don't know where to find me, that's where you can find me. And you can just log or click to the right, and you'll be able to get to my store. So hopefully this was fun, and you come up with all sorts of different ideas for this layout. And have a super great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.